After a 14-year sex drought, Debbie from 90 Day has found a new man who wants to make love, but she's shy. The question that Miss Debbie Aguero has on her mind is if she can turn back into a virgin following her successful meeting with Ruben on Monday's episode of 90 Day, The Single Life. Miss Debbie Aguero from 90 Day, The Single Life is unsure if she's ready to allow herself to be intimate with someone again. Miss Debbie, 67, finds herself on a provocative date with love interest Ruben in People's exclusive sneak peek at Monday's episode of the popular TLC spin-off 90 Day Fiancé. She also reveals that she hasn't had sex in over 10 years. At one point in the video, she states simply, "I haven't had sex in 14 years. Is it physically feasible for me to become a virgin again? I wonder sometimes." Ruben, the 58-year-old man she met earlier in the season and dubbed Ruben the Cuban from Miami, seems to be warming up to her, even though she feels that it's been a while since she felt confident and at ease enough in a relationship to have sex. Related, 90 Days Miss Debbie is moving on. Already met somebody, new date slammed Osama's age. The two enjoy a romantic night out together at a Miami nightclub where they hit the dance floor and sip mojitos while nestled next to one another in a booth, as shown in the sneak peek of Monday's episode. Ruben even shares how much of a unique date it was. "We seem to be really clicking, in my opinion. We've been laughing and having a good time all night. That seems like a really nice mood," he remarks. The native of Miami is open about his desire to find something more than a quick, hot weekend romance. "I'm searching for someone with whom I can have fun, who is also my best friend, and with whom I can talk about anything," says Ruben. "I want to make love. I'm not just looking for sex," he says. "I would much prefer take my time, act civilized, and simply enjoy myself before building on that." See also 90 Day. Natalie finds out about Josh's second baby mama and Shakespeare spiel during mid-dinner party, getting weird. Miss Debbie seems to be in line with her date's preferences, since she also expresses her gratitude that she never had sex with Osama, whom she felt was burned throughout their romance on 90 Day Fiancé, the other way. "Before our impending marriage, Osama made multiple attempts to have sex with her in Morocco. Several times, I told him no," she recalled. "Honey, you ain't getting any of this ice cream." She went on, "I'm so glad I stopped Miss Debbie from giving up her virginity and honor to that young punk." Even though Miss Debbie's past relationship with Osama, 24, left her feeling hurt, she has expressed on this season of 90 Day. The Single Life how happy she is to have met Ruben. Related, Chantel from 90 Days accuses her ex-partner Pedro of stealing her best years as she rushes to become a mother, exclusive. She revealed earlier in the season, "He's Cuban, and we've been talking every day for a few weeks. He has the unique flair I'm searching for." "You know, Ruben the Cuban from Miami sounds romantic," she continued. "In addition, he enjoys traveling and is age-appropriate. Alongside the bulls he ran, it seems as though he possesses my spirit." The two have already given themselves the nicknames Sugar Hill Debbie-licious and Ruben the Grooving Cuban, despite the fact that their relationship is still relatively fresh. Get the best of people, from celebrity news to gripping human interest stories, sent straight to your inbox by subscribing to their free daily newsletter. What humiliated Melania Trump did following the news of Stormy Daniels? Xaid reveals. The impending trial of former President Donald Trump in the Stormy Daniels hush money case, according to a former advisor to Melania Trump, may be putting some strain on their marriage. Stephanie Grisham stated on CNN on Wednesday, "I spent a ton of time with her when the news was breaking about Stormy Daniels, and she didn't even treat it lightly." Daniels stated that between 2006 and 2007, while Melania Trump was taking care of the couple's young kid, she had an affair with Trump. Separate claims of his affair with Playboy playmate Karen McDougal, according to Grisham, also contributed to the tense atmosphere in the White House. "We made separate trips to the State of the Union. The reason she wouldn't accompany him to Marine One was that she didn't want to follow in Hillary Clinton's footsteps and stick by her partner," according to Grisham, the First Lady's chief of staff, before being appointed press secretary in the Trump administration. "She's a strong, independent woman." She expressed her belief that Melania Trump will push her husband to testify in public during the hush money trial, which is scheduled to start next week. "She is quite embarrassed by this. She finds it embarrassing," she remarked. "And he's pretty concerned about that, I can assure you, and she's not happy right now." Since leaving the White House, the former First Lady has not made many public appearances and has hardly ever posted comments or pitches for NFTs and other products on social media. The former president, though, has declared that she will soon begin her campaign trail. Police receive a startling call when a missing youngster fails to return home from school. 13 years later, following the restart of the long-ago disappearance of a Texas teen, cold case investigators received an unexpected contact from a woman residing across the nation, according to news sources. Jessica Delgadillo, 14, left for school in 2010 and never returned, according to Amarillo police, who made the announcement to the Amarillo Globe News on April 11. The publication stated that after her family reported her missing, police looked for her and conducted an investigation, but they were unable to find her. The APD informed the publication that many investigators diligently worked on the case of Jessica's disappearance throughout a 10-year span. However, authorities informed KFDA that the search for Delgadillo recommenced in 2023, soon after the department established a new cold case unit. Delgadillo's case was one of the 3 unresolved missing persons cases that were chosen. Investigators informed the station that after contacting the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children for support, 2 of its members started working with police, going through the cases and sharing information on social media. Subsequently, in November, KMR stated that a lady claiming to be Delgadillo called the police. She mentioned that she was now residing on the East Coast and that she had heard they were looking for her. The caller, Jessica Delgadillo, who is now an adult and resides far from her former home, was identified by investigators using DNA samples, according to the source. According to the station, she urged police not to reveal what happened to her or how or where she ended up. However, according to authorities, this case can finally be closed, and the probe has given the family closure. Former Obama advisor Kushner's foreign policy involvement revealed a level of corruption that we've just never seen. Speaking on his company's recent foreign investments, former Obama Deputy National Security Advisor Ben Rhodes claimed that President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, had participated in a level of criminality that we've really never seen. When questioned about the recent article by the New York Times that revealed 99% of the funds in Kushner's investment fund came from foreign sources, Rhodes said that Kushner had engaged in corruption. The site also revealed that Kushner is involved in the development of hotels in the Balkans, namely in Serbia and Albania, and mentioned that the company has received funding from the United Arab Emirates and Qatar. During his Wednesday interview on Alex Wagner Tonight, Rhodes said to MSNBC's Alex Wagner, "I mean, look, this is not subtle corruption that we're looking at." This individual, Jared Kushner, possessed neither the knowledge nor the credentials to be in the White House throughout his tenure. He claimed to be employed by the Gulf Arab governments. In essence, he was a key player in the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud cover-up. Bring him in from the cold following Jamal Khashoggi's murder. According to Rhodes, Kushner's acquisition of a $2 billion investment from Saudi Arabia 6 months after leaving the White House is a means for Salman to influence U.S. foreign policy should Trump win re-election in November. Essentially, the investment indicates that during a second Trump term, U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East and globally will be determined solely by Mohammed bin Salman's interests, Rhodes stated. During his tenure in the Trump administration, Kushner was in charge of Middle East policy. The deal came under scrutiny when the Times revealed in 2022 that the Saudi Sovereign's Advisory Council had decided to support Kushner's company despite his inexperience, but a larger board led by Salman had overruled the decision. Rhodes referred to the House Republicans' impeachment investigation of President Biden, claiming that his son Hunter exploited his father's connections for financial gain. He chose to work on issues in the Middle East, and he chose to work with the Gulf Arab states, knowing that the payout would be on the back end, Rhodes said. And here we have the president's son-in-law, who, in contrast to Hunter Biden, worked in the White House and received $2 billion at the conclusion of his tenure. His father-in-law is now a presidential candidate, according to Rhodes, correct? This is unprecedented, not just strange. When questioned by the Times about alleged conflicts of interest, Kushner defended both his own actions and those of his company. He informed the source, "We always follow the laws and the rules. My experience in politics has taught me the importance of perception. However, I have no control over what people will write or say about me." James Comer, the Republican chairman of the House Oversight Committee, stated in August that Kushner crossed the line of ethics when he took the $2 billion investment. According to Rhodes, this is just placing a price tag on American foreign policy. This level of corruption is something we have never seen before, and it's right in front of our eyes. A few weeks before he passed away, O.J. Simpson made jokes about confessing. O.J. Simpson, who was infamously cleared of the violent 1994 killings of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman, made an embarrassing remark about confessing just a few weeks before he passed away. Shaquille O'Neal once said, "Men shouldn't open up to women because they'll use it against them." Simpson was asked if he agreed with this comment during an appearance on the It Is What It Is podcast back in February. Simpson shot back, "I don't know what he's talking about when you say open up to women." He then leaned in toward the camera and grinned. Is he discussing making a confession? Then no, dude. Don't admit it. I believe he is correct. Don't remain silent. He went on, "Leave me out of the confession," which made Treasure Wilson, Mays, and Cameron of the podcast giggle. Simpson's family revealed on Thursday that the former football player had passed away from prostate cancer. In response to the announcement, Caitlyn Jenner, whose ex-wife Kris Jenner was wed to Simpson's defense lawyer Robert Kardashian, posted a caustic message on X, saying, "Good riddance. The only thing that is important today are the victims, and it's just a reminder for myself and my family that Ron has been gone all these years, and that we continue to miss him all these years," said Goldman's father, Fred, in a statement to the Daily Beast on Thursday.